Hello and welcome back. It's Saturday today and this video is about how a day on a weekend can look like here in Stockholm. So I always wake up between 6 to 7 in the morning. If I wake up anytime after 6, it's very difficult for me to fall back asleep. To counter this, I go to bed at around 10 p.m. And yes, sometimes I like to sleep on the floor, and I don't see anything wrong with that. After that, I clean my apartment with a dry mop just to get all the dust, and this takes me around 5 minutes. Reason why I clean every other day is because I live in a 45 square meter apartment, so it gets dusty very fast, and having a clean apartment is important to me. After that, I drink water, brush my teeth, wash my face and put on moisturizer. Then I go for a morning walk in the forest. We have made it to the forest and it rained during the night, so the air is extra good today. So I live a little bit outside the city and I prefer the quiet and calm life. In today's world, where there are so many screens, I really like being able to go out for a walk in nature. And I don't live that far away from the city. It takes me around 30 minutes to get into Stockholm Centrum from my door. No way would I ever want to live in Stockholm city, because that means I would have to look at the same buildings every time I went out for a walk. And that's another reason why I like to go for a walk in the forest. There is always something new to look at, and it's also very calming and refreshing. Things I like to do here are to plan out my day, meaning what are the things I need to get done and what are my priorities. I'm usually outside for around 30 minutes before going back home. So when I'm home, I spend most of my free time doing 4 things, which is study Chinese, play piano, work on a side project, for example this YouTube channel, or listen to some podcast. The 2 places where I do most of my unproductive things are Reddit and YouTube. Those are my 2 go-to places. Another thing I like to do is to stand on this vibration board, because it feels really good for the hips and back. And when on here, I like to do a lot of different moves. Maybe something like this. Or this. Or maybe a one-leg stand. At around 10 o'clock I eat breakfast and I almost always have my oatmeal. My girlfriend has also started to eat oatmeal and so far she seems to like it. So I have these small boxes where I prepare most of the ingredients, and this saves me a lot of time because I don't need to bring the things out and put them back every day. Here is a list of all the ingredients and I look forward to eating my oatmeal every single day. One reason is because I'm usually very hungry in the morning, and I've noticed that when I'm hungry, almost any food will taste good. So a weekend usually has 2 days. For us, we like to just stay home one day and do our own thing, and the other day we like to sometimes go somewhere. Maybe it's visiting the city or meeting up with someone. And we don't do everything together. So today we are going to this museum called the Nordic Museum, and based on the ads I have seen, then this is supposed to be the best museum in Sweden. But in my experience, when it comes to things in life, it's a good idea not to set too high expectations. So that's what I'm gonna do. Let's go and see if it can deliver, and after that we're also going to the grocery store. Hello, we have successfully made it back home and I'm now gonna make dinner. So today I'm gonna make a very simple oven pancake, which is a Swedish dish. And the ingredients are onion, ground beef, and then this very evil looking chili. which actually smells quite good. So the way we're gonna do this is that first I'm gonna cook all the ingredients, and then I'm gonna prepare the batter. Then we're gonna combine them and put it in the oven. And I'd like to think that this is something a Swedish family would eat. And also, normally we eat 2 meals per day on the weekend. Before we have dinner, I want to share the best thing Sweden has to offer when it comes to food. And this is a personal opinion, of course. And it's not meatball, it's not soup, it's not dessert, although Swedish dessert is very good, but it's these store-bought ribs. These ribs are tasty and very reliable. Definitely more reliable than some people I know in real life. And in the past, we used to bring these ribs to China for relatives, and then we would eat them together during our first meal when we arrived. We normally don't do anything too special during the evening, but after dinner we always go out for a walk. Maybe we watch a TV series. I wanted to watch a comedy show and she picked one called Shameless. I don't like it that much, to be honest. It's a bit too raw for me. But today is not a normal day. Today is actually my girlfriend's last day here in Sweden for this time, and she's going back to China. So before she leaves, I thought we would do a quick Q&A. Only 3 questions. And also, we just had a very small argument, so things might be a bit heated up. Okay, first question. What do you think are some differences between Swedish and Chinese people?
I think Chinese people like to compare with each other, and Chinese social pressure is really high. 我觉得当我在学校里我还是小孩子的时候，比如说当我从小学然后到高中到大学，我们的老师会一直要求成绩，就是说如果你的成绩比别人差的话，那你就是一个 loser， 就是你可能没有别人好，就是只要求成绩这样子。所以说我觉得从小到大的生存压力是比较大的，因为需要竞争嘛，然后直到我现在工作，我觉得社会压力也很大。就是说中国人喜欢把人分成3、6、9等，如果是收入比较高的人呢，就觉得或是那种职业比较好的人吧，他们觉得这种人就是人生赢家，然后就是会很成功，然后也会被父母被这个社会接纳。所以说我觉得中国人就是很喜欢竞争。我觉得在瑞典这里是可以慢慢来的，就比如说我在这边看到有的人可能30岁了，甚至说快40岁了还在上大学，然后呢这边主要是我觉得是压力比较小，就是你可以做你很多你自己喜欢的事情，然后你也可以慢慢来，然后也不要着急。我觉得前些天中国有一个比较火的段子是网上一个比较热门的帖子，就是说中国人什么时候是最关键的年龄呢？1岁是最关键的，10岁也是最关键的，30岁也是最关键的，就是20、30、40、50、60岁，每一个阶段都是你人生最关键的年龄。就好像说你1岁的时候就有一个人推着你往前走，10岁的时候也是，20岁的时候也是，就好像我们从来没有真正的停下来休息过，去享受自己的生活，去思考自己喜欢的事情。
Okay, second question. What are some good things about Sweden, you think?
I think the environment, I really like Sweden's environment because fresh air and clean water, and I really like them so much.
Okay, last question. What do you think are some bad things about Sweden?
这个问题我要用中文回答。我觉得瑞典好吃好玩的太少了，就是像中国，我们有一些比较好玩的地方 funny place， 然后我们真的有很多，然后如果我们朋友之间聚会啊见面啊，是我们永远不会担心吃什么 或者是玩什么比较好，因为就是中国人多嘛，所以它好吃好玩的也很多。然后我觉得在这边的娱乐活动比较少，没有像中国那样丰富。对。
Okay, thank you so much for the... Okay, that's the QA. Thank you for the answers. Soon we will go to the airport. Hello, back home now. As usual, when saying goodbye at the airport, it did get a little bit emotional, which I think is a good sign. I would like to share one idea here before ending the video, and that is about living life in seasons. Some examples of these seasons could be a season of hard work, a season of living in a different country, or a season of planning, reflection, and rest. Those are the ones I use, and this is something I'm experimenting with. And so far it seems to be good. For example, this year has been that I went to China, then I came back to Sweden and spent some time alone. Then my girlfriend came to Sweden and visited me. Now I'm once again alone. And then next month I'm going back to China. So the three important things I get from living like this is that it gives me something to look forward to, a sense of urgency, because each season kind of works as a deadline, and in my case it gives me motivation. And lastly, it helps me appreciate and be grateful for the present moment. And I think this is also how you create a richer and more memorable life. I think it's quite common to hear people say that time has just gone by so fast. And in my experience, the reason it feels like this is because we pretty much live the same day every day without any new memorable experiences. I think it's overall a good idea to test out different ways to live life, so you can find what works for you. And I think no one is going to regret living life with intention. Okay, that's all I have to say about living life in seasons. So I'm going back to China in around 40 days. And during this time, I will not post any new videos. Instead, I will focus a bit more on my 9-to-5 job, develop a plan and improve my skills. And when I get back to China, I will start posting videos again. Hopefully, I will see you then. Okay, that's the video. Have a great day and thank you so much for watching.